Foster. 69 yards.
And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind. Under pressure, they got him again.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Touchdown, New Orleans. He goes 57 yards on the punt return.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Koo now for the point after.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Nothing is the score after one on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. They'll run it again with Henry.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. Him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Richardson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Got it. Ready?
A first down carry for Henry. And a 6. Some right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Now it's Richardson.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also...
Richardson looking to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have the connection to Foster.
Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Aaron. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here, sir.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him for a loss.
Here we go. Strike.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And there he goes again. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's an 89-yard kick return, and the Saints are able to lead. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an...
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Out to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
He gets away from one, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now Richardson.
Over the middle, it's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Ready.
Richardson now on 2nd down. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
79 Broncos.
2nd down, here's Richardson.
And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Ready, go.
Quick throw complete.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. Back now here in Santa Clara.
Ready, set.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. He gets this out to Foster on the right side.
He may go.
And they are going to score yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
On the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Richardson. This will go to Henry out wide.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Shoves him aside, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
It's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's got this down to the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
19 Lions. Ready.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. So Allen's going to look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.